It's been 3 weeks since the incident with Seven and my mom. We was back at home and Armand was living with us now, so it was a couple of things we had to adjust to. It's also been a couple of weeks since Armand's dad, brother, and uncle's death, and he's still having a hard time recovering. His mom is still missing, don't know where she is. She's either dead or she left town. Armand really ain't have no family members to go to. My mom was the only one he had. All his other people were either on drugs or in jail. My mom loved Armand like a son. Even before she adopted him, she always took care of him. He would always sleep at my house for the summers and weekends. She even fed him, even bought him clothes and shoes for school. Armand even would call her mom every now and then. Honestly, I think Armand's life would have been way different if she would have gotten custody of him sooner. There would have been a chance to turn Armand's life around. Now, it's too late, and the only thing she could do now is try and guide him to the right path. The new school year rolled in and everything seemed to be going good, but Seven was back, and that threw off the vibe. He was still feeling some type of way from what had happened a couple of weeks ago. My mama kicked him out and the nigga started wilding. As crazy as most of this shit may sound, all of this shit is not cap. These shits is real life situations. These are true stories. To say Seven was one of them real ass hood niggas that quote unquote supposed to be living like that, he was a real bitch ass nigga doing bitch ass nigga shit. After that incident, my mom really didn't want to deal with the nigga no more. And guess what bro decided the smartest thing to do in response? Stalk my mama. Like, nigga, you supposed to be out selling drugs or whatever other shit drug dealers be on. This nigga wanna hide in our backyards and bushes like a whole female. Nigga, go kill somebody or something. What he really wanted to do was pimp my mama out. Y'all remember when I told y'all Armand's dad got his mama on drugs and she got fucked up, right? That's what Seven wanted to do with my mama. Okay, number one, my mama don't play that shit with no nigga. And two, he must have forgotten how she almost turned his scary ass into Swiss cheese that night. Nigga really had to use me as a human shield though. But that wasn't even the craziest shit he did either. Summer vacation was over and we was about a month into school. Me and Armand was running late and had missed the bus, so my mom had to drive us to school. We got to the school and everything was cool. We go and check in, some normal school shit. But this nigga Seven decided he wanted to stalk and follow my mom. Follow us to school and everything. Man got on campus and pulled a whole gun out. Whole school went on lockdown. I don't know why this nigga thought that was a good idea, but hey, not everyone have common sense. Cops came and bro got arrested. Mind you, he's a drug dealer with warrants. Now he about to spend 7+ years in jail for doing some dumb shit. Times was getting hard and my mom was really in the street hustling. Bills was getting hard to pay and she was living off the government, so the checks wasn't good enough. Couldn't get a job, so the only option she felt she had was the streets. She was determined. My mom had to do what she had to do to provide for me and Armand. She was gonna get this money by any means. She hit up one of her homeboys on the block and asked if he had a connect she could get some shit from to sell. He made a couple of phone calls and it was done. When she would be on the block, she would witness some shit she never thought she would see, like niggas getting robbed and shot. This lifestyle was not for her, but who she could have gone to for help? What other options she had? She wasn't doing this shit for a passion. This was her being a single mother taking care of me by herself. When she got back to the house, I was mad as fuck. I didn't want her out in the streets. I didn't want her to end up like Armand's mom. I asked her, Mom, why are you doing this? There's plenty of other ways to get money, the safe way. And she said, it's just some things I wouldn't understand since I'm not old enough. Looking for a job in my town was hard, and the jobs we did have didn't pay enough. At that age, I knew and understood a lot of shit, And at that time, I don't think my mom knew how smart I was and how much shit I actually understood. The next night came, and my mom was finna go out again, but I stopped her. That's when things got emotional. She dropped to the floor crying, saying, "I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of struggling to find ways to feed us and to pay bills. Nobody wanna help us, and family members won't reach out. I can't do this shit by myself no more. I can't." I went to comfort her and told her that we don't need anyone to help us. We have Jesus and we have each other. If we keep praying and pushing through, we gonna be alright. Yeah, we down bad, but there's always a rainbow after the storm. I even told her that I would quit school just to help. Keep in mind, I was only in like the 7th grade at the time. That's how bad I wanted to help her. She smiled and said no, and that she would never let that shit happen. After that night, she stopped going on the streets, and she applied for a job. It seemed like everything was shaking back. At least that's what I thought. After talking some sense into my mom, Armand was the next person I had to talk some sense into. He wasn't doing too good. Not being able to handle the grief and past traumas. Armand's head was fucked up. Trying to fight the urge not to run the streets, but it was calling him. He just couldn't sit there grieving knowing that the people who killed his dad, brother, and uncle is still alive. He had to get his get back, and the only way he could do that was going on the block, cause that's the only way he would find answers and who actually did it. That night, Armand packed his things and ran away. He ran up and down the streets looking for answers. Before he left, he told me he ain't getting out the streets until he find the people who did it. After that, me and my mom didn't really hear from Armand. He was still going to school, so that's where I would see him most of the time. He stopped coming over to the house because he knew how dangerous that would be for me, and especially my mom. He also felt like he disappointed my mom with the actions and choices he made. While in the streets, he started hanging out with this dude named Devontae. He was around the same age as us, but he was really in them streets. Basically, he became my mind's connect to a lot of shit. He wasn't no big-time drug lord or anything, cause he was young as fuck. He just knew a lot of people. On the other hand, my mom and I were doing good with the new job she got. Doing good until she met a nigga named Darnell. Remember how I told y'all my mom fucked with niggas that were abusive and niggas that fuck with drugs? 7 was the nigga that fucked with drugs. And this nigga Darnell was the abusive motherfucker. This is where the real downfall begins.